Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited today to introduce you to two of my recent grads, Miss Wendy from Big Beautiful Beaches Travel and Miss Melissa from Edge of Enchantment Travels. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Hi, Cindy, doing great.
I have all the confetti for you guys because you just graduated career
Yay!
education. You guys are certified travel professionals now. How does that feel?
Feels
It
great.
feels amazing. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That's good. Everybody's feeling good. That's a good thing. Well, and thank you so much for just stopping by the studio today and having this chat because we know so many people that are out there thinking about starting their journey as a travel advisor, travel professional, or they're already a travel advisor or professional and they're like, but I'm just not growing and they just don't know what to do. And you guys made the decision, you took action, you decided to enroll in the Careers on Vacation program. So we're just going to kind of interview you guys today about your experience. I'll start with the first question. Share everybody, share with everybody, if you would, where were your businesses before doing Careers on Vacation and where are you now? And Wendy, we'll start with you first.
Okay, so I am a brand new travel agent. So my career was a little thought in my head that I've worked for the same company for 13 years and we've done some downsizing and I'm the COO and I still work for them, but I went to contractor status and I'm working half-time starting in January of this year. And so I just started thinking, what if you could do anything with the other half of your time that you have and you could build any career, what would it be? And travel agent was what came to mind. And so I said, well, you know what? You can't do that on your own. And I started looking up how to become a travel agent and finding information. I actually found you on YouTube, Cindy, and I listened to so many of your different videos and I was like, well, I actually need help with this. I can't just do it on my own. And so I enrolled in the program. I did have my first sale at like week 9 or 10, I think. So that was
Learning
really
while learning. We
exciting.
love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that was really exciting. And that person has actually already traveled in July. This is August now, and they traveled in July. So I've got my first payout has happened. And so that was very exciting. Yeah, so that's where I am now. This is a part-time for me at this point. It would be awesome if it ever became full-time, but I also really love what I do, and working for the owner of the company that I work for now. So I'm doing it half-time and I'm building my business and it's really exciting.
Love that. You're the best of both worlds and 12 weeks and business is built, already making sales. First one already traveled, got the first commission check. That's super exciting. Oh, I love it. Melissa, how about for you?
So I am also a brand new agent as well. I'm a full-time nurse and I love being a nurse. So for me, that will stick because it's a passion of mine. However, I also got bit by the Disney bug. In 2020, just before the pandemic hit, my stepdad, who I consider very much to be my dad, introduced me to Disney. And so it just became something that I thoroughly enjoy. I spend a lot of time researching it, looking at all the YouTube videos, and I got to thinking around Christmas time, I really would like to do this as, for me right now, it is a hobby. I'm looking for it to become on par with my nursing, but for now it is a hobby. And I almost made the mistake of signing on with an MLN, and something told me to back off. And this was before I had done anything on paper. I had the contract and I read it and it didn't feel right. And so I backed off and I started researching, and you just popped up on YouTube, like for so many. And I just got sucked in, and kind of like a Netflix binge, I watched all your videos. And it felt right. And I had that first phone call, the discovery. I was actually babysitting my granddaughter one Thursday, and it popped up that day. And that's when I did the mastermind class. And
Oh,
I said, you know what? I'm going to schedule a discovery call. And it was the best decision I ever made.
I love it. And I love that. Thank you for sharing that you are a nurse. We've had so many successful nurses come through, and a lot of them will balance both, but they don't want to waste their time with just not, they want if it's going to be a hobby, they want it to be a successful hobby.
Right.
And we've had one of our biggest, in our multi-million dollar club, started as a nurse, fell in love with travel so much, she actually transitioned all the way out, and then she grew her business to 8 figures.
Wow.
So, from nursing to, and look, guys, depending on what your background is, we've had every different background you can imagine in here. So today we have a COO and a nurse. We've had truck drivers, we've had attorneys, we've had doctors, we've had hairdressers, we've had we've had every walk of life. That's a beautiful thing I think about travel is it's a language, it's like a love language of its own that kind of ties us all together. So wherever you are in your background, just know you're in good company and you are among friends here at Wanderlust campus. But ladies, tell me, what has been your biggest win or celebration since taking the program? Melissa, we'll start with you on this one.
I would have to say booking 5 trips before I ever exited the program was a huge
Yay!
win for me. I mean, yes, definitely all the confetti. I had Jamie as a coach, and she was just amazing. And she really gave me that one-on-one support and just guided me through the process. It was like having a best friend I never met, but I knew her. But 5 trips, doing the trade show, I had that in place before I ever left the program, and I really felt that got me out into the community. And just having all of that information at your fingertips, it was just so accessible. But it just kind of guided me to the process of securing those bookings, and I felt confident doing it.
And that's the important thing. So also earning while learning, like Wendy was, which is great. But it's also having that confidence, because when you do your first booking, you're like, there's so many little ties and things to tie up. So having that confidence makes a big difference. And yes, we love Jamie too. She's one of our amazing coaches on the team here. Wendy, what about for you?
So, I mean, yes, it was a huge win to start selling before I even graduated, and that was awesome. But I have to say, honestly, the biggest win for me has been gaining the skills and the confidence to be able to do video and to be able to put video out there, which is something that you really highly encourage and make us do as, a practice, but like learning.
I come to your house and I'm like, hello, are you going to make this video today?
Right. But your video boot camp, when I got into that and I was able to see the things that I could do to make it more comfortable for me, to be able to edit out the things that I didn't like, be able to do like voiceover, to talk a little bit and then put some video in and come back and talk. That was a real breakthrough for me, because I was like, well, I am never going to go out on social media and put videos of myself out there. It's just not something that I'm going to do. And you totally changed that around for me. And, a big part of me joining, I'm a COO, I'm an operations person. And so I know a lot about how business works, and I worked with marketing teams. I know how marketing works, but the big thing, other than just learning the very basics stuff of being a travel agent, like you have to know how to find a host and how to book travel and all of those things. The biggest thing for me that made me choose the program was I was like, I need somebody to teach me how to market travel. Like, I'm not a salesperson, I'm an operations person. So that was the big win for me, was the breakthrough of being able to actually feel really comfortable and confident with video, and to just do a video and do all of the editing myself and not have to hire somebody and just put it out there. So that was big for me.
Yeah, it really is. And then it becomes part of your marketing machine. And, we teach all different types of marketing channels. We teach you free organic types of marketing. We teach you the paid types of marketing. And we also teach you video strategy, which is what Wendy's referring to. And that costs you $0 if you know what you're doing. If you have a strategy, you know how to do it. I promise you, I can teach you how to do that. So that's one of those things where when you put it into action, it costs $0, a little bit of time and energy, but it repays you. It's like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, a commercial out there for your travel business, bringing you leads. So I love that you lean into that part of the program, Wendy. I'm very proud of you, especially when you're like, I'm not going to do that part. And then you're like, you know what, let me try it. And then you have some success, which is great. So that leads me to my next question, which is, it sounds like you guys watch a lot of YouTube, which, hello viewer out there, I see you on your 500th video of mine on the channel. I'm glad you're watching another video. But what I'd love to ask is, once we give you the keys and we let you inside of Wanderlust campus, you get your logins, we don't always exasperate or talk about all of the actual tools and resources and different parts of the program. So I like to, and we don't have time to do all of that today, but tell me one tool or resource or one part of the program that was really your favorite part. And we'll start with Melissa on this one.
So I'm a very type A person. I'm a planner. I like things organized. I like a checklist. And so that was only thing that I was hesitant about when I started the program, is because I wasn't sure what was behind the curtain, as you say. And so when I opened it up and I see that I'm going to have modules and they're all listed out and I can check them off, that just made me feel so much more confident in what I was doing. And I felt like I was accomplishing something. And I can go back and reference all of those things. And, you know, I have on, I'm a paper person. I have it all
You're a
printed.
printer. You're
I'm a
a
printer.
one of those
I'm
ones
a
that-
completely, I
I
can
have mine
reference this.
sitting right behind the laptop in my big book, yes.
So I can reference that, and then being able to utilize the goal tracker. I can see my progress, and I love that feature, and I can adjust what I'm doing based on the numbers I'm putting in and the numbers I'm seeing come back. And so I love those two features.
Yeah,
I love
and
a
the
lot
goal,
more, but I love those.
yeah, the goal tracker too. We don't talk about that one a lot because it's a really new release inside the program. But you know, you think about, a lot of you guys will maybe start with a host, or later you go independent, or you go to different, people come to us in all different scenarios. But if you when you keep all of your stuff in Wanderlust campus, it doesn't matter how many times you change your system around, your historical data will be there for you to reference back. So year over year, you can see your progress. And our older students are like, oh my gosh, this is the best new thing, because they're able to go back now and kind of add that in. And also, even if you're with the same host or you're independent, if you change your CRM, you're also going to lose your data. So when you record it in our little corner of the world, it's there for you archived over time, which is great. I'm glad you brought that one up because that's a newer one. Wendy, what about for you? What's been some of the fun ones for you?
So I already mentioned the video boot camp.
Yes. In the vault, that's in the vault sections, total bonus.
Yep. Yeah, it was in the vault. So that's a total bonus thing. But I think what I really liked about the program was having so much video teaching that showed you, but also having the workbooks with each module as well. So being able to do both and kind of do your reading, because for me, I'm like, I need to learn on a couple different levels. If you just try to teach me like audio or video, it's not going to stick. I have to be able to read it. And so, but the videos are really important because they show a lot of hands-on information that you need to know that you wouldn't be able to get so well in a written format. So I loved the fact that every single module has tons of videos and also a really comprehensive workbook and checklists and all of those things. I also will say that I really liked having the quiz at the end of every module, even though it doesn't count against your certification. That really prepares you and to go through the larger certification tests. So I even went and I reviewed all of those and checked, can I still do these before I did the certification? It made me really confident going in, that I was like, okay, this is a really big test at the end to get certified. But I felt like I had the tools because each module was like very comprehensive, and then you do a quiz and then you move on to the next section the next week. So
I'm so
I
glad.
really like.
Yeah, and what you said, those two things tie in so well together, because what a lot of people don't realize is, you know, whether you're going through, and God love our host friends, they're not always from an educational background, right? So all we do is education at Wanderlust campus. So when we design our curriculum, it is exactly what you said, Wendy. It's how is a visual learner going to interpret this? How is an auditory learner going to interpret this? How is a kinesthetic or hands-on type tactile learner going to interpret this? So our curriculum works with all types of learners to not just absorb the information, but then how do you get into action and do it? And then the human element of being able to jump into class and live classes. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because you are working towards this big certification at the end. And there's no additional testing fees or anything like that. As long as you do your studying, you practice those quizzes, you will pass the certification. And then you're able to use all those cool tools and logos and your new designations and things like that. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because especially like my kids learn very differently. And I think that's one of those things where we want to try to reach everyone where they're at to help them. And I think, you know, we all learn a little bit differently, and some of us need more support than others. So that was very, it's very important to us always, and kind of at the heart of what we do at Wanderlust campus. Next question I want to ask you guys is, I want you to take you back to when you were watching these videos and before you were behind the curtain, right? Now you have been behind the curtain. You've been inside Wanderlust campus. You've been in that experience. What would you want people to know about working in Wanderlust campus that maybe you didn't know or was a surprise to you? But what would you want to share maybe with your old self, if you could go back in time and go, oh, but don't worry, XYZ, or something that you didn't even know once you've gotten kind of inside? Wendy, we'll start with you on this one.
I think that you are not going to learn the things that you need to learn to really be able to put together a full business and marketing plan just from watching videos on YouTube, even though it's a ton of information. Like, so I was really on the fence because I was like, well, do I invest in this? Because it looks like I can just get everything out of all of these videos. There's so many videos out here answering so many questions. And really, the truth is that travel isn't hard, but it is kind of complicated. And the marketing is really, really specific, and you're not going to get that just watching videos. You really you're going to gain so much enrichment by having the team, the social team, and going into those live classes. And the second thing is, what I didn't realize was going to be such a huge support was the Facebook group. And so joining the course and having, for the entire time that you are in the course, and now I'm in the grad group too, but during the actual course, having a Facebook group that holds you accountable, that gives you encouragement, you can show all your, like, this is the logo I'm considering, you do your practice videos. That was like so supportive that I didn't even realize. So, I mean, I went into my discovery call like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just be like, I'm thinking about it. And at the end, I was like, can I pay you now? Can I just pay you now? Like, I don't even want to think, can I just do it now? So, I mean, because that a lot of that stuff was explained to me. So I guess if you're just watching videos and you're like, why do I even need this group? Also, your help in choosing a host platform that is, you have multiple host platforms that you recommend. You don't just recommend one. So my coach told me, like, this is the one that I think is going to work for you. And that personalization of being able to have that feedback is just so invaluable. And you're not going to get that from watching the YouTube videos, even though they're great and you get a lot of information. The course really does provide like 10,000% more than those videos do. Even if you're watching them, like, Cyndi's great, and you're like, oh my God, she's telling me everything. I know all the secrets. No, you still need to join the course. It's still totally worth it.
And we do a lot of value education on YouTube, but I promise it is just scratching the surface. The good stuff, how you put it all together is absolutely in the program. And that's because I'm not a YouTuber. My job is to show up for Wendy and Melissa and all her friends that are in the program and actually get them from A to Z with me and my team. So I love that you brought that up, Wendy, because it's an important point, and it's a lot to absorb. And it's kind of like, if you're going to build a patchwork quilt, are you going to go all over the United States and get your little things here and there and then bring it home and put it all together? Or do you want someone to sit down with you and walk you through, let me teach you XYZ and ABC and 1, 2, 3, and actually get it done, and like you said, hold you accountable? So I love that. That's so good. Melissa, what about for you? What was behind the curtain that you either didn't expect or you want people to definitely know about?
So kind of tagging off of Wendy a little bit, it was the human connection that I got, because this is an online program, but I felt like I was in a true classroom setting. Even though I was not able to attend live classes due to my work schedule, I knew on Friday those were going to drop into my email and I had full access to them. I still felt very much that I was a part of that. And any questions I had, I would write them down. And I always had Jamie to go to. And she was just fantastic for guiding me through that process. And I felt like I had that real human interaction. I'm very much a hands-on learner. I can read the material, but just like in nursing school, I had to do it. And so when I had a question, she would actually walk me through a process while on video with her. It was one of them was like a cruise, and she got online and actually walked me through it. And I thought, that's really awesome. They take the time to do that and really help you understand the process. So just knowing that, or just when I went into the program, not realizing I was going to have that true human connection, which was really important to me. And again, having that checklist, knowing that I knew what to do each week, which list to follow, which videos to watch, and knowing I needed to do my quiz. I mean, I didn't have to wonder, I didn't have to search through videos. As she said, you can find the information online, but why go out there and pick up all the pieces and not have the right pieces? When I can invest in, this program and have it laid out for me, and also have that community backing me each step of the way. And like she said, that Facebook group is amazing. I enjoyed every second in it. Made some amazing friends that I'm in contact with now, and we kind of message each other back and forth, and we kind of, bounce ideas, and, I have that community, and that is very important.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's online, but it is not an e-learning. You can buy 8 million other e-learning programs that are out there. They're not going to get you into action like our program does. Like Melissa said, it really is putting our arms around you and just guiding you through this process. We like to say Wanderlust Campus is a modernized version of traditional travel school. It's actually getting in the trenches with you. And like Melissa said, I did my first cruise and I was confused on how to book it and do all the things. And our coach was able to jump in and help her. So she ended up with what you said, 5 bookings right before the end. So good. I love it. All right. Last questions, ladies. And I promise we're going to wrap this up. But thank you for being on the show today, first of all. But last question is, would you recommend Careers on Vacation to someone in your similar position? But specifically, why would you recommend us? And Wendy, we'll start with you on this one.
Yes, I would recommend Careers on Vacation to somebody in my position. And the reason why is because I feel like so for me, and I know Melissa too, you're branching out into a completely brand new career field. And that is scary. And you're starting your own business, which is also scary because there are a lot of steps to doing that. And so I would recommend that you just do it the right way. Do it in a way where you are going to be able to, so it's 12-week program, but by week 9 or 10, you can start selling, as we've said, because you're doing it the right way. You're going from the very beginning little part all the way to the end in a really systematic way where you're learning what you need to learn. And along the way, you're not just teaching us how to do travel, you're teaching us how to start the business. You teach us everything about starting a business. And even if you started another business, which I had, it's still important information because starting a travel business is different from starting any other type of business. There are different things that you need to have in place. So you walk us through that part, you walk us through all of the marketing part, you walk us through the sales part. And even if you have pieces of that, or you've dabbled in some of that, if you are going to be doing this as your business and you're putting it out there, you're going to need to learn how to do it for travel. I guarantee you it is not the same as other businesses. I know, I've done them. And this is different. And this is so systematic. Do not waste the next year of your life trying to figure it out yourself and making mistakes like choosing the wrong host or choosing the wrong CRM and things like that, because you are going to be able to find the answers for yourself in this program, and they are personalized to you. A lot of the programs that we're using, people use different ones because different ones are going to work for their business, and figuring that out on your own is not easy. So that's where I'm saying, you're starting a business, you're starting a career, don't again waste like a year or however long it's going to be, or waste a bunch of money using the wrong programs. just do the course. It's going to tell you what to do. It's going to set you up right. And in 3 months, you will have your business that's on a strong, solid foundation. And so that makes sense to do that because it can take a lot longer to do it on your own.
Yeah, that's great advice. And I will say we get two kinds of clients at Wanderlust campus. The brand new ones that just want to do it the right way from the beginning. And then we get the ones who didn't listen to Wendy's advice and they go out and try some things. They get discouraged. They are like, I'm not having success. And then they end up in Wanderlust campus and we have to redo everything that they did because they're either in the wrong setup, the wrong tech stack, the wrong systems and all the things, right? It's way harder to do it twice. And then you've wasted time, money, and energy. Just do it right from the beginning, guys. It makes it a lot easier. Melissa, anything to add to that?
Absolutely. I definitely recommend the program. I have mentioned it to several people already. I feel like it has certainly given me the confidence, and I was lacking that piece of it because, again, I'm a brand new agent. It is completely different when you're researching and booking your trip, when you research and book somebody else's trip. And I realized that very quickly. And to come in with the brand new and having started out as not brand new, I was kind of in the middle a little bit just because I had already researched and reached out to a place and had a contract and was getting ready to sign that contract, had an LLC set up. So I did have to backtrack just a little bit at the beginning of the program. Investing in this was the best thing I could have done. It was for me to be able to give me the confidence to grow in this business, and there was nowhere else I was going to get all of this information in 12 weeks. 12 weeks sounds like a long time, but it's really short. And there is just a ton of information packed into that 12-week course, but it's very well laid out. I never felt overwhelmed. I just knew that I had to take that set amount of information and get it done. And so that just helped me along with that 12 weeks was just gone and up. And it was kind of sad at the end of 12 weeks because I didn't want to say goodbye to my Facebook group, but I knew I was moving into the grad group. And that's the other thing is just because I've graduated, it's not over. I can go back and access this information. It's like I have my own personal little college. Everything is right there at my fingertips and they update it continuously. So you're getting all of the new stuff on top of that. You're not losing anything. You're constantly getting return on that investment. It is the best decision that anybody can make if you truly want to invest in yourself.
Yeah, great advice, Melissa. A lot of people don't realize you get all the updates. So as we update and we add more tools and add more resources and things change all the time in the travel industry. So you guys are able to log into your dashboard, see all the updates, read them real quick, and you're off and running. And if we ever release a new tool or resource, our grads get it too. There's no, unlike some of the others in the industry, we don't charge you or upsell or do any of that stuff. You have all of the stuff. But guys, if you're out there watching this video and you are thinking about applying, I really encourage you to visit us at travelschool.com, see everything that we have to offer, and then reach out to us. Just book a goal mapping session with our enrollments team. We're going to go through what are your specific goals. Just like Wendy said, having that custom approach of someone understanding what my goals are. That's the difference of working with humans. We will work with you, figure out if it's a match to work together. And if it is, you're going to get this unlocked. You're going to get all of our tools, all of our resources. You're looking at our booking academy here, our goals tracker that Melissa was talking about. You get access of these to these for a lifetime of the program. So even after you're graduated, you get access to all of this good stuff. We didn't talk about the partner portal today, but that's a great spot where you get discounts. You also get links to all of the major suppliers and find all of their additional free trainings and different things. It's all organized for you in one place. And we're adding another case study with Melissa and Wendy here today. We have more video case studies than any program in the industry. This is my amazing team that you get to work with. This is why the magic happens. We help you kind of get to where you need to be. But visit us at careersonvacation.com/ready now if you want to apply for Careers on Vacation. That is the place where you want to go. And then we'll just have a conversation and talk. But Wendy, Melissa, I want to thank you so much for sharing your inspiring stories today. I'm doing all of the confetti and we're celebrating. And I just want to tell you, I'm your cheerleader for life. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next show. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all the content available to you on our channel. And I invite you to follow along, travel with me around the world as I grow and scale my travel businesses. You're gonna pick up some great tips, some great tricks on how you can grow your own travel brand too. I'm gonna drop some links down below, and also check out these videos I handpicked just for you.